Kafaras. When I'm in northern Uganda, like today, I am. So I hold a Bachelor of Computer Engineering and I'm a software developer. And but basically, I'm an ICT support officer at Afritech Innovation Solutions. I am the brain behind the Uganda Youth Praise hymns for today's church. Come and worship the Runyankore prayer book, African Child, the government inspector, betrayal in the city, the river between Lion and Jewel, Ateso hymns, Lugbara hymns, and now sowing the mustard seed, and currently praise and worship hymn book. It is very amazing. If you have not used it during your Sunday service, it's an amazing app. You can use it in your family worship. You can use it during church service because you can search by name of the song, by any keyword that is in the title of the song. You can search by the hymn number, song number. Basically, it's a very interesting app, praise and worship app. You go to Google Play Store, type in praise and worship the way it is, with the spaces in between. Exactly, you will get your app and you will never regret. It is a free app. You don't pay for it. Now, I wanted to share with you ideas. And the thing I've hidden, I've not told you, is I'm also a software architect because I have a speech translator. That one is still in the kitchen. And once it is rolled out, it's gonna be a major change to the world. And if you feel you want to join me in that project, you can join me and we do something for Africa and for the world about the future to come. Mainly as a computer engineer, I recommend the backgrounds I studied from, the backgrounds, because I studied at Ivanda Secondary School. That's where I senior 4, I got in touch to HTML. That's web designing. And that thing fascinated me because what you see is what you get. And I could not imagine me writing data codes and I see something beautiful. So actually that's the only thing I would go to do in the computer lab. Now, boom, I wanted to be a medical doctor. I did biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and I got 21 points. I got of my principal subjects. Physics, chemistry, biology. I had D2 in any of those, plus a double 2 in math. I knew exactly I was going to be a doctor, but it was not the case. They saw I put computer engineering as my third choice. I failed medicine because I wanted to learn all the computer languages. I had the great enthusiasm that when I reached that campus, I started straight away. I got lots of programming. I got structured programming, C language. I read it. It was so sweet to my brain because I wanted to be a computer programmer. That is what I had in my brain. And it was so amazing that by the time we started classes, I was always the one to present any assignment that the teacher would leave behind. He says, go and do this. And tomorrow, present too. And next week, when you have a next lesson, somebody should present to us. And I'm the one to present. So I would explain to other students how the program is working, and many of them wondered, was this person studying programming? And that's exactly how I want my daughter to be. I want my daughter at joining senior one, she should be able to do a simple computer program. Yes, I want my daughter to, by peaceful and vacation, I want him to learn about cheap level repairs. I want her to stay at a person who is repairing and she learns about cheap level repair so that he gets the basic of how repairs are made. Soldering, removing ICs, troubleshooting. I want my daughter to get that experience and I want her to be in one of the most advanced repair centers in Uganda. I'm ready to pay the money because I know by that time I'll have the money. I want her to get to know that. Then after learning that, we get now started to programming ICs because I was in my campus level and I saw some 17-year-old student who said his grandfather at age 11 taught him how to program a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi. It's a computer, a small computer on a chip, and it runs on Linux environment. And this person had been taught by his grandfather. Now me, I wondered, my grandfather, one of the things he could teach me is looking after animals. Yes? That is the only thing my grandfather could teach me, looking after animals, looking after coffee. Yes, though that's not bad, but in the advancing world, we are moving to the computer generation, we're moving to the robotic generation. That is the 5th generation of computers. And so we need to advance in knowledge. Yes, I have, yes, you taught me how to look after the coffee, but then now the cows, you have taught me the manual way of milking cows. Now a machine that can detect the tips of a cow and touch, touch, touch all the 4 tips and gently squeeze the milk. Now that is the level. And actually that is one thing that my teacher in senior one said. Now you've been taught computer and you will program a machine to milk your father's cows. I couldn't believe that because I looked at it as something very extraordinary until when I reached campus year one and I saw somebody programming a blinking LED. That thing fascinated me because you specify that an LED should blink for 5 seconds, shut down. I couldn't believe that. Hmm? But it was the reality. So I appreciated hardware programming, though in Uganda there is not much practice for hardware programming. Yes, that's one thing. We have limitations, but I really wish my home should have a laboratory for hardware programming. I should have an electronics workshop inside my home, electronics lab, where there are Arduino boards, Raspberry Pi, servo sensors, mm, resistors, capacitors. All those things should be there because I want to have a modern home. I want to have an intelligent home. Actually, I don't want to be switching off my lights in my house. I don't want that. I don't want anybody at home. My house must be intelligent. It will be small, but it must be an intelligent house. And my farm, the kraal must be intelligent. I must know whether I'm in Kampala, that my animals are all inside the kraal. And should they move out of the kraal, I'll notify the person looking after them that, Mister, there is something wrong with the farm. Check up, animals are going. And that's one thing that I want to do. I want to have a smart farm. Irrigation, another advice I would give to farmers, you have paddocks. These days, water is very available everywhere. But if you are in a land like Gulu, Kampala, Mubende, Shiruhura, okay, all parts of Uganda, you can drill underground and reach the water table. And if you have paddocks, like a farm with 4 paddocks, there are pump sprays that can go for 100 meters by 100 meters. That is a pitch. So if you have paddocks equivalent to a pitch and your pump is in the middle, you are assured of watering your pump every day. It is like as if it is raining in your farm. So as the animals are in the other paddock, this one is irrigating very fast. Of course, these sensors in the soil are detecting that now this soil should hold this amount of water. Once it reaches, it should stop. Or it can be like a timer. I don't need to come and switch on. It should be automatic and knows I'm going to water after an interval of 2 hours. Water is from underground. Power is solar powered. So there is nothing to worry about. If it is sunshine period, solar, the sunshine is March. Make sure you power your irrigation plant. Sprinkle. Trust me, you will have your farm being fresh all year round. That is one thing that I'm advising farmers now. It is no longer time to rely on the weather. We have to make the grass grow artificially. And of course, I'm an aspiring farmer, and of course, all my products must be increasing productivity for Africa because we are lagging behind. So, what else do you want to know about me? Marital status. I'm married to my one beautiful wife, and we have one beautiful daughter. Okay, we shall come to that. Well, I'm coming next for the hot seat.